Good morning. Here we go. Victoria, what do you say? This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you. In yesterday's morning prayer, we came into contact with something very, very powerful. Something very powerful. Jesus says that no matter how much we are pushed, our answer should be yes or no. And that is what we found in that's what we found we found that in Matthew chapter 5 verse number 37. But let your communication be either yes, yes, or no, no. But whatever is more than this cometh of evil. It cometh of evil. Welcome to our morning prayer with Bishop Idika Mary. This is part of our ministry broadcast that we do every morning, Monday to Friday. Today we have this broadcast that we are doing now. We will have another broadcast at 12 noon Central Time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern. Those of you Eastern Time, 1 p.m. we'll be having another service. And then we'll have a service at 7 o'clock in the evening, 7 p.m. Central, which is 8 o'clock Eastern. And then we will have and then we will start the vigil. Let's see how it goes. We'll have a vigil. The vigil actually will begin on Friday. So today we are having 3 services. 7 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, and 7 in the evening. Please, if you are in the East Coast, when I say 7, I am in Central Time. I am in Kansas State, the state of Kansas. I am on Central Time. So those of you on East Coast, you are 1 hour ahead of me. So when I say 7 o'clock, it means 8 o'clock your time. All right. And those of you on Western Time, you are 2 hours behind me. So when I say 7 o'clock in the evening, it means 5 o'clock your time. All right. People will respect you. God will respect you if you do not talk a whole lot. If you learn how not to talk a whole lot, it will be very good. Let me tell you the principle here in verse 37. G, can you talk? Can you speak aloud or not? Let me know.
Yeah, I'm driving.
Okay. Okay, I will not involve you if you're driving. Okay. There is a principle here that a lot of people fail to see. In Matthew 5:37, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. That's just the whole thing. Don't try to sway. Don't try to talk more about something. Don't try to explain. There is a principle here. And what is the principle? The key in this verse, in Matthew 5:37. It is what we call the principle of professional success. The principle of professional success. For you to be successful as a professional in your field, there is also another principle here. Anna, please make sure you write out all these principles for me. The principle of professional success. Number 2, the principle of personal dignity. The principle of personal dignity. What does that mean? Professional success and personal dignity. People of God, these are not what I manufacture. This is what heaven told me. Professional success, you will never be taken seriously by any human being in your professional circle or by your professional colleagues. You will neither be relevant nor authentic. Except you have learned what we call to maintain the standard. That is, talk less and let your answer be carefully chosen and stand by your word. Do not give people answers easily. Tell them to give you time to think through things before you make up your mind. Before you sign a paperwork, read it thoroughly. Understand what it means. If you don't understand what it means, let a lawyer who knows his game, who understands his profession or her profession, read it and tell you what it exactly means. Because cheating is between the lines. People write to either express themselves very clearly or the right to cover up something. So you need to know what they are telling you. I'll give you an example. A bank account is being opened for somebody. I went to the bank with that person and we sat down and they talked it through. And then I said, how much do we need to keep in this account so that this person will not be charged a dime? So that this person do not become haunted by your bank. That's what I asked the bank manager. He said, oh, we are hunters. I said, surely you are. I said, you are. He started laughing. He said, so you understand the game? I said, don't tell me, I know. And he told us the different option. Either you leave 5,000 there, you don't ever touch it, and the money will remain there, which means the bank is doing business with your money, whether you know it or not. They are making money off your money. That's why they need your money. Or you spend $300 every month from that account, and you will never be charged. I said, that's the one we will take. We will pick. See, relevant questions need to be asked for relevant answers. Please write that down also. Relevant questions need to be asked in order to receive relevant answers. If you don't ask the right question and you think you know it, you'll be defeated by the banks, by the court of law. Many of you lost your case because you are talking too much. You are giving people two different ambiguous statements. Your opponent is not talking. Is careful not to let you know what he or she has in mind against you. What is their next move? It's worse with those of you who think that you know a lot and you get angry easily, provoked easily, talk easily. You are in danger because you are letting somebody who doesn't like you to know the way you think and to know the moves you are making and to know your steps. You think that because somebody is born again and spirit-filled, that does not make them to be humans and able to do you wickedness. That's what you think. When it comes to money, children, material resources, cars, name it, people forget about Jesus, forget about the Holy Ghost, forget about the Bible, and they go to fight you. In fact, they will go to anywhere to look for evil power. I mean, even those who are born again, the religious people, they will go anywhere to find a way to eliminate you in order for them to possess those things or to take the children away from you. I'm serious. You have to grow up. You have to really grow up. Don't let somebody that you suspect doesn't like you be ahead of you in the game. Be ahead of the person. We are talking about the principle of professional success. The principle of professional success is your ability, Annie, right. Your ability to sit and watch issues, watch people, learn people's strengths and weaknesses, and know how to enter into relationship with them on the area in which they are nice and good, and have nothing to do with the areas in which you don't like. It's not about manipulating people. It's not about using people. It's about defending yourself. It's about being in relationship with people in such a way you pay people compliment. You are nice to people. Do what your boss asks you to do for good. And don't easily get angry. Don't easily think you know more than everybody. Even when you know, behave like you don't know. The only time that you are to boss everyone is when you own your own business. And even if you own your own business and you want to retain a good staff, you have to carry them all along and you have to be nice to them anyway. I mean, I know of people who don't understand what it means. You try to be nice to them, they don't understand it because they were brought up in a ghetto kind of mentality, even if they grew up in a non-ghetto environment. Be discerning. Be detailed. Find out everything before you say yes to any business, to any relationship. A college is awarding you a scholarship. How much? What is the catch? Will you continue to get it? Are they capable of helping you to get more? Do you have somebody in the inside who is capable of protecting your interests? Do you? Many of you fail in your businesses, fail in your jobs because you have not found a way to be in charge of the boss. You've not found a way to be in charge of the board of directors of that company. And yet, people in witchcraft, people in Santeria, people in the occult have found a way to control people and make money and smile at everyone. And they look so innocent until they meet somebody like me. And I look at them and I zoom into them and they smile and I smile and I say, I know you. Principle of personal dignity. See, when you say yes and you say no, you're wishy-washy. There is no skill. We see that as, in fact, the principle of personal dignity is in line with the principle of professional success. Because people will look down on you if you don't have a stand. You must take a stand. There is something else here. There is the principle of personal survival. That's number 3. The principle of personal survival. What is this? Do things quickly, timely. Between yes or no, choose quickly and move on. Don't waste time. Personal survival. Your personal survival depends on your ability to make a wise choice. Yes or no, and that shall be it. When you say yes to God, devotion, faithfulness, responsibility kick in, and that shall be it throughout your life. There are people who do not understand the principle of personal survival, which is your ability to protect yourself. Study people first before you say yes or before you say no. The principle of personal survival. Do you have survival skill or are you a talking skill? Listen, Jesus said, but let your communication, it's about communication. Life is in the communication. There is also another principle here. It is called the principle of positive response to life. The principle of positive response to life. Which means see life from a positive perspective. See life from a positive perspective. Never see life from a negative perspective. Never. Even when something is a no answer, let it come from a positive perspective because you have enlightenment into that thing. Be convinced. Be convinced. The word here is conviction. Verse number 37 of Matthew 5 is about be convinced before you believe something or anybody or anything. Don't just believe, but be convinced. Have facts. Have fact behind whatever you are going to do. Before you take a stand, know what you are doing. There is also the principle of choice making here. The principle of choice making. Very important. Because you can do all that talk and you cannot carry it out. So there is also the principle of right action. There is choice making, there is right action, all in verse 37. Right action. I am about to make I'm about to take an action, and I want to make sure it is the right one. Those who rush to make a choice will regret it. Those who rush to make a choice will regret it. But let your communication be nay, nay, or yea, yea. But whatever else coming out of this is of evil. That's why when you look at the life of Jesus, he talked less. You look at the life of all the biblical figures, they talk less. Now, let me tell you something else you need to know about verse 37. We call it the principle of the Sabbath. The Sabbath principle. After God has created in 6 days, on the 7th day, he rested. People just think that God went to sleep. That's the meaning of rested. God went to bed and slept. Are you serious? Oh, my word. It's about relaxation, vacation, taking some time off. It's about making energy. It's about building your happiness, personal happiness. Many of us are very interested. If I ask you your story, you start telling me about the bad thing that has happened to you, what people have done to you. I'm not interested in anything anybody has done against me. It's not important. I don't gain any profit from it, so it's not important to me. I'm not interested. You know the reason? Because I am responsible for the choices that I've made. I'm not going to tell somebody, you know that I put all my trust in you. I trusted what you said, all of that, and you disappointed me. If somebody chooses to move away, what has that got to do with me? I've passed the place where people can injure me, injure my mind or my emotion. I've passed that stage. In life, I have. If I tell you what I've passed through in life, you will know that I am now a rawhide. I'm a thick skin, thick hide. I am like an elephant. I'm tough like a lion. I'm a survivor. There is a girl that I call Elephant. It's not that she's big, that's just the coded word for her. She and I many years ago were in her Honda Accord, and I put in the music by Bob Marley, Survivor, and we were dancing. That was awesome, because that was the time I finished a particular program somewhere in the United States. And my prayer for her has opened a big door and a big pay. That was awesome. So she said we should celebrate that moment. It was awesome. I had my certificate in my hand, and she has the big money. That was awesome. I will not forget that moment. Survivor. And I can assure you, since the time that she passed through what she passed through, I told her never to tell the story of her past. And she sealed it forever. And after that, all the doors opened for her. And that is my advice to you today. I am bringing out all these principles so that you will understand behavior, how to behave. This is also, there is one more principle here that we call the principle of dynamic trust. The principle of dynamic trust. People will trust you when you take a proactive stand on anything. This morning when I was preparing to come in here, God began to talk to me and say, listen, in everything you do, you must put energy into it. You must be proactive. Are you aware that Hillary Clinton did nothing wrong? Election was taken away from her, rigged in the arena of public relations and in the backyard of con artistry. But you see, some people are rising up to say that why should Trump be investigated and Hillary not investigated? What has Hillary done that she needs to be investigated? And why do Republicans talk this kind of talk? Because Democrats are passive. They are passive people. You don't have Democrats who are proactive. People who can gather people, not for protests, but you are already in government and you can use government to your advantage. You don't have Democrats like that. They are gone. When Ted Kennedy of Massachusetts and Robert Byrd of West Virginia, when they died, I knew that Democrat is gone. I knew it. Republicans don't really have much people anymore. Real Republicans are no longer there. Except maybe for people like John McCain and the two women from Maine and Alaska. There might be others hiding there who are afraid because they came into politics because they don't have money. They are broke. A lot of senators and people in their House of Representatives in Washington, D.C., judges, they are broke. They don't have money. That's why it's not good to be broke. It's not good just to have education without having money. Because if you don't have money, businessmen are going to buy you. You'll be a horse. You'll be a slave. And a lot of them out there are slaves. It's worse than slavery day, what I'm telling you. I'm not talking about black people being slaves. I'm talking about white people being slaves. White senators, white people in the House, black people, Latino people. Americans are slaves. I'm serious. If what Trump is doing now, he's doing it in Western Europe, he would have been gone a long time ago. And you are telling me you are going to investigate Hillary Clinton for what? Just to make people, I mean, I am so angry at Democrats. That's why I thank God that I'm not a Democrat. I don't want that kind of lifestyle. I started to know the kind of person I was while I was in seminary. I started to know the kind of person that I am. One of the things that I will ask you never to pray for me is to start to pray for God to protect me from somebody shooting me. No. If anybody plans to shoot me, somebody will shoot that person before the person shoot me. That person will die. That person will die while they are planning to do it. Somebody will kill them. I have experienced it. Many times I've seen people who plan to kill me, they died. And the people who plan with them come back to come and discuss with me. How did I kill them? I said, kill who? He said that we know of a truth that you are a very big witch. I said, that's good if I am one of them. It all depends on what you mean by being a witch. If I was a witch, I would have taken all these witches. I would have used all these witches. Is it time? Thank you. I would have taken all of them and used them for money rituals. But I'm not one. I don't need them. Their blood is not good enough for me. I don't need them. There is a man who is a God. That's the one whose blood is good enough for me. Mine is not good enough for God. How much more these idiots? Their blood is not needed. If the guy in charge of them cannot die for them, how do you think that I need them? I don't need them. They are not worth it. Yep. Have you ever heard that Lucifer has died for somebody? Or a demon has died for somebody? Have you ever heard that any fallen angel has shed his blood for anybody or did any good thing to anybody? Number one, they don't own anything. So how can they give you? They are giving you what belongs to you and you think that they are doing you a good. Magic is people taking what belonged to you originally that they kept away from you and they give it back to you. Or they take from somebody else and give to you and you think that they gave you something that is original. And while they are giving to you, they take the best from you anyway and give to somebody else. the highest bidder. And you are like, oh, they helped me. I went and gave them chicken. I went and gave them a goat. I went and gave them a cow. I paid $20,000 and they made that thing for me. And now my business is open. My business is booming. 2-3 years later, that place catch fire and everything burned down to the ground. Your wife become mad. The kids, everything break down. Everything is destroyed. You guys don't know what you're dealing with in the world of darkness. I do. So don't try to put fear. Somebody will kill you. Somebody will do that now. You are not allowed. When heaven tells you how you are going to leave the earth, that's the end of it. I know how I'm going to leave this earth. Nobody's going to shoot me or kill me. No, it's not allowed. I'm not going to die in the airplane or die in on the ship or driving. No, it will never happen because I had all that discussion before I came into this kind of thing. We sorted it out already. It was all sorted out for me. And I was told, I was guaranteed, it was stamped. I saw the stamp with my name, stamped with the blood of the Lamb. So there's nothing like, there's nothing like I've been afraid to say what is the right thing to say. I only say things if God said to me, say it. If he said I should not, then I'm not interested in it. Because you do not need to be involved in things that you have no business being involved. But if heaven asks you to be involved in it, go be involved in it, then you will see what will happen. Yep. Don't try to put yourself when heaven did not tell you to go and put yourself into politics of people. You don't need. But if heaven want to do something for the earth and he told you, say something about this. Just like heaven told me to tell a story, I'm yet to tell that story. I'm yet to do a broadcast on how the trees went to choose a king. I'm going to tell the story and what happened. And God said to me, you are like that young man in the Bible that gave that prophecy. And you are going to repeat that prophecy. Because let me tell you what is going to happen in this country. Do not worry about what you're hearing in the news. Listen to my news. Because my news is from heaven. The Republican Party of the United States is going to turn against Donald Trump. Hear me and hear me very clearly. And Donald Trump is going to turn against the Republican Party. They are going to turn against the Republican Party. I'm just letting you know about this. The Democrats are not going to allow Hillary back to the game. She's done. If they allow her, they will be a fool. There are already people lying up. That party is going to be broken into 5 tiny fragments. Republicanism is going to be broken into 18 different factions. And they are all going to turn against each other. The reason is because politics was supposed to be what you do to build your nation. But it become something that people do to get a salary. And God is very angry. People did not vote for Trump. They voted for the Republican Party. And Trump is smart to use them to get that position. Because he knows that Republican, when once you say you are Republican, they will vote for you. They don't care whether you are Lucifer. That's how Republicans are in thinking. But it's going to change soon. We are reaching back to where if you say you are Democrat or Republican, they're going to check your character. Because the party, God said, you know what happened in the Tower of Babel? That's what's going to happen to American politics. It will be broken into tiny pieces so that they will all be speaking different languages. And there's nobody who can come together to put them together. Anybody who tries to put them together, that person drops. Seriously. And let me tell you, we are reaching that place that there is also going to be a big ball of fire between Russia and America, and between America and China. It will be America against different countries. That's what you're going to see. So get ready for it. And in that situation, the Republican Party will abandon Trump. The same Trump you are hearing this noise today, Republicans are going to abandon him. Mark my word, hear what the Lord is saying about the Republicans and Trump. Because the Republicans are going to stand up and say, you use us to destroy our nation. And he will say, you guys use me. Trump is going to tell them that you guys use me. These are things that God has shown me. He's going to accuse them. They are going to accuse him. You guys have no idea why. After all the stampede, after using Obamacare to win election, after trampling down on the name of Obama, Republicans cannot even change Obamacare. Because God already told me what is going to happen. Something big is going to happen in America that we are not prepared for. It's on. The reason is because somebody started a journey. America is on the quest for a new frontier, and nobody can stop it. And anybody who tried to get in the face of the moving truck is gonna be run over. And Trump, instead of him being the good man that he should be, decided to get in front of a fast-moving truck that is coming. It's gonna be run over. And I'm very sorry that that's going to happen to him. Because God gave him opportunity to be humble, but he refused to. Come clean, he refused. And there is something about something that is buried in America. There's something buried in America. Something. And people don't know it. The same nation that lifts you up, or you are trying to deceive, will be the same nation and the same people who will destroy you. It's a curse that is buried inside this country. The same people who are singing your praise will be the same people who will kill you. Seriously. I'm telling you that what is coming is not going to come from Democrat. Democrat has nothing to do with it. It's coming from within. And also it's coming from the outside. Because Russia is going to retaliate against Trump. Russia is going to retaliate because they fell laid down. What they invested in him, they realized that they cannot get anything out of it. So since they felt that they've been screwed, Russia is going to get somebody screwed. And when I say screwed, I mean they're going to deal with somebody. Because that's how Russia is. They will betray somebody. That's who they are. And the only hope of Trump at that time will be Saudi Arabia. But then the Arab world is like a prick. When they see what is happening, they will be swearing in the name of Allah, but they have already left him. That's how they are. There is somebody who is going to arise in American history. And that is where I will stop this morning. Somebody is going to arise. And that voice will begin to be seen on television. And that is somebody who want to unite the nation, who want to free all the immigrants and give them green cards for them to be Americans. Is someone who is going to work with other nations.
Come on, Jesus.
That person is rising up. He's somebody who has suffered and somebody who understands what the needs of the people are. So he's on. All right, this is where we stop for this morning. I'll be seeing all of you at 12 noon. Please remember that we cannot shoot any Ustream this morning. We've not been shooting Ustream recently because we don't have the machines to do it. We are looking for the equipment, people to donate. I'm talking to you. If you are my partner in ministry, I'm talking to you. I need people to donate $100, $200, $500, $1,000. We need to buy new equipment to shoot Ustream and also to shoot Zoom. There are different platforms to shoot Facebook so that different people are watching the program, at the same time. I also want to be able to have time to have program with people on Twitter, program with people on Facebook, things like that. But we need the right equipment to do all of that. Also, I am asking you to give a good donation for us to be able to pay our rent. We always pay our rent ahead of time. So we want to do that. We are owing some money and so on. So please do send your contribution so that we get all this going. Thank you very much. Please tell your family members and your friends, let us gather at 12 noon to pray today. We need to do that. Bye-bye.
Excuse me, Archbishop, this is Natalie.
Yes, Natalie.
Yes, could you tell me what passage of scripture you were using this morning? I came in a bit late.
What is that?
What passage of scripture did you read this morning?
Oh, Matthew 5, verse 37.
37.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Okay, thank you, sweetheart.
Yes, bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.